Hey Smiles! Welcome back to another face paint video. Today we're going to do this quick and easy 4th of July design. I have to mention that when I finished filming, I decided to add a torch on the left side, but I forgot to film it. But it's okay, it was really easy and I'm sure that you'll be able to copy it with no problem. I'm going to add it at the end of the video in case you guys like it and would like to add it as well. With no further more, let's get to it. I began by mixing a light green with a turquoise to get that greenish color I wanted for the Statue of Liberty's crown, and then I added the spikes. I added one to each side and then one in the middle and then two more in between each of them. Try to make sure you leave a space between every spike because if they're too close together, they will look cramped and will lose their natural look. I used the tip of my brush to measure the space I needed between them. Once you have done this, go ahead and fill it all up. With some silver, I made the windows. I added a little square in the middle and then 4 on each side. Depending on the person's eye shape, the amount of windows might vary. Now we're going to do the flag that goes in the background. I made a rectangle in the back and I filled it in, trying to avoid overlapping the spikes of my crown. Now with these amazing flat little brushes, I'm going to do the line work. I begin with white, then with some red, and finally I'm gonna add my little stars. Now to get the perfect consistency on your brush, when you're using stencils, first you spray your paint and you load it. Once you have loaded it, your sponge should be half full, like up to there. And then when you kind of tap on your paint, you will feel like it's kind of sticky, a little dry feeling. You're actually gonna be able to see the sponge's prints. This is a perfect indicator that your sponge is rightly loaded. Once you start stenciling, your design should look something like this, with no sign of dripping or melting. Now moving to the line work. I'm going to begin by outlining either the left or the right side of each window, kind of creating a shadow. I'm going to do the same thing with the spikes on the crown, only on one side. If I do it on the other, I'm just going to do it very lightly because I am trying to create kind of a shadow. I'm not outlining completely. With some silver, I'm going to add some stars. Do that same technique I showed you earlier where you tap on your paint, it feels sticky and you can see the sponge prints. Then if you tap on your hand, you'll see that if you tap many times, you get a full thick color. If you tap a little bit, you'll get something very thin, which is a perfect consistency for these stars. To make the firework, try to make a little 5-legged spider, like so. Then add some blue on top, then some white, and with that same white, add 3 little clusters at the end of each tip, and then a few in between. Just remember that they should all be facing down so it could look like they're falling. And then finally add a hint of red in the center. One of the stencils in my emoji kit has this cute little cluster, which makes perfect tiny fireworks. As you can see, I started stenciling with red, but no. First start with white, then with red, and finally with blue. Remember to always start from light colors to dark. And then I just added these little fireworks everywhere I saw fit. Finally, I added some teardrops at the end of the eye, and then some little stars, sparkles, and clusters here and there. And voila! This is our final result. Now, I know I mentioned that I added a torch at the end, but I forgot to film it, so here it goes. And I will show you how to do the torch at the end of this video, so just keep watching.
Hey guys, sorry I didn't notice I wasn't filming, but I added a torch on the side and it looks really good. So I don't know, I just felt like something was missing, and definitely that torch really does give it some more pizzazz. So the torch was pretty easy. It was just a little square, and then I pretty much did the same thing that I did with the crown, and then I added a little firework on top, and that's it.
Okay, promises are promises. Here we go. How to do the torch. You make a rectangle, a square, and its handle. For the fire, I added some yellow, some orange, and some red. For the windows, I used the shape of my brush to tap on with some silver, and I started to outline. This design also goes well alone if you just add a red, white, and blue stripe in the back and some stars, and you're all set. This is a really good quickie. Finish off by adding shadow to the windows and outlining the flyer. Okay, beautiful smiles, that is how you do a torch. So go ahead and add it to your face painting if you'd like.
I hope you liked this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4th of